Hey, my leading, how y'all doing today? I'm here to do like three film reviews. First one is Trainspotting. Now, this was made a long time ago, and I heard about the movie. I never got around to seeing it. I remember in some Google Hangouts, my good friend Cat W Magic, also known as Diane on Facebook, was telling me I should really check this movie out. She said it's pretty wild and out there, and it really was. I saw it on Netflix, and this is from Danny Boyle, the same guy who did Shallow Grave, like a dark comedy, and essentially Trainspotting is a dark comedy with lots of violence and some funny moments and some not so funny moments, and it involves a bunch of misfits. It involves a bunch of misfits addicted to heroin and all the crazy things that go on. It starts out real funny, including some stuff in the bathroom and a guy diving into a toilet and diving out of a toilet. It was pretty cool. Uh, it was pretty out there. The blanket, the guy messed the blanket real bad with his crap and and, and some other stuff. And these guys were really messed up. And this one guy was a nuts so psycho guy. Reggie, oh man, he was nuts. And everything was all fun and games and stuff like that. So something very horrific happens, and it was really very bad. And then this guy decides to try to get his life back together. Ewan McGregor, that star of the guy, and then he finds out he can't really escape his friends, who are still pretty nuts and messed up. I don't want to give away any more, but it's a great movie. You probably heard about it. It's critically acclaimed, and I finally saw it. Like I said, it was made a long time ago. I there's so many movies out there. I mean, I try to see my fill, but there's so many out there, and it's a great movie. If you get a chance to see Trainspotting, I'm sure you heard of it. It's a great movie. Now, the one thing I did was I made sure to use my closed captioning, because sometimes they had the very heavy accents. The British accent's really hard. Just the same way if you remember seeing Alan Parker's movie The Commitments, it was tough. If you didn't have the closed captioning, it was tough. Or the Full Monty even. Now, something like Waking Ned Divine, it was pretty easy to understand what they were saying. But I mean, closed captioning for movies like that really do help. But it's a great, very entertaining movie, and it created a bunch of controversy at the time because they said it was pro heroin. But I wouldn't want to be any of these guys. I don't think it's pro heroin. I don't think it was glamorizing it at all. Because I mean, it was a piece. The movie was entertainment in its own way, and it does tell a story and tries to can have some meaning to it. But I mean, I wouldn't want to be any of these guys. I don't think it glamorizes it at all. But I give Trainspotting a full 10 out of 10. Very special thank you to Diane for letting me really know I should see this movie, because she was telling me about it. And thank you, Diane. Now, another shout out I wanted to give to my other buddy from Facebook last week is Andrew Nielsen. He was telling me about this movie on Netflix called The Killing Jar. Now, The Killing Jar is really cool. The Killing Jar was made like 4 years ago, and it stars Michael Madsen. It also has Jake Busey and Danny Trejo are in it also. And what it does is sets place in a diner, pretty much. The whole movie's in a diner. Somewhat like The Encounter, but the Encounter was that religious movie with Sting I saw at a church thing a long time ago. And this one's not religious at all. It's a violent thriller, pretty much. And it has all these guys conversing in this bar, right? And then all of a sudden walks in a very mysterious stranger played by Michael Madsen. I don't want to give away any more than that. And things happen from there, believe me. It's a very entertaining movie. I think you'll really like it. I mean, it's a violent thriller. My dad loved it. He thought it was really good. I give that a 9 out of 10. And both Trainspotting and The Killing Jar are available on Netflix. So that's why I saw them through my Roku. Now, the third movie is an old slasher movie I never saw, a very goofy one called Fatal Games. Now this is available on YouTube, and I can put the link up for this one. Like I said, you can find Trainspotting, Killing Jar on Netflix, and you can find this one, Fatal Games, on YouTube. And what Fatal Games is bunch of athletes at this one school, and they're training for the Olympics. And these scientists, the scientific thing, are feeding them these crazy steroids and stuff like that. And apparently, there's a mad javelin thrower. It's a slasher movie, and the person killing it kills with a javelin, pretty much. And it's very silly though, and it's very low budget. And there's one shot when a guy's they throw a javelin through the back, and then you can see the appliance right there on his back. It's very poorly done. I mean, because I was expecting to have, with a movie that low budget, I was expecting to screw it up at least once. Because I remember there was a movie called Tenement where a guy got stabbed with like this rod thing, and then this lightning struck him, and the lightning looked cheap, and then the rod was all bent looking. It's supposed to be straight, and it was terrible. But when this guy goes up the steps, and they throw a javelin, it gets in his back. You can see the square appliance in his back where he slides down, and you see the javelin like bent like that. It's really badly done. But some of the other effects with the javelin being stuck in people aren't too bad. It's a very crazy movie, and it's made around '84. And also there's a movie called Personal Best, which was like a lesbian thing, a sports theme thing. They were trying to do a little bit of lesbian personal best in there. And there's a female instructor who's a lesbian, and it cracks me up what her name is. I'm not going to say her name because a certain person probably kill me. a certain person that recommended Trainspotting, that's the name of the lesbian in the movie. She's going to kill me now. I don't care. But I mean, it's a crazy movie. I give Fatal Games a 9 out of 10. It's silly. I'm surprised Troma didn't pick it up. Believe me. So there you have it. It's Trainspotting, a solid 10 out of 10. Thank you, Diane. The Killing Jar, 9 out of 10. Thank you, Andrew Nielsen. And the very crazy Fatal Games, a very solid 9 out of 10. Thank you, YouTube. And then my dad saw both Fatal Games and The Killing Jar, and he liked The Killing Jar. He didn't like Fatal Games at all. I don't think my dad would have had any patience for Trainspotting. But I put a little bit at my dad at the end, saying, giving his opinion of what he thought of the movie. So there you have it, though. 3 movies. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and they're all 3 very good movies you can definitely search out and watch. Like I said, the first 2 I mentioned are on Netflix, and then Fatal Games, I'll put the link up to it. It's available on YouTube. So, hey. Oh, and also I saw American Test Kitchens, and they were cooking pork tenderloin. Actually, it was beef tenderloin. I know I cook a lot with pork tenderloin. I know that, but they had like this giant. Oh man! Usually, well, they have the money, but they have like these giant 2-foot things and of beef tenderloin. And I remember when I make mine, it's like maybe a half-foot long. And they made their own peppercorn. I love the peppercorn seasoning on the tenderloin. And they made that, and they were testing out pepper grinders too. And this one pepper grinder that was the winner was like a $40 one. So sometimes they pick out the more expensive things. Like they had a coffee maker Saturday, and the winning one was like a $300 coffee maker. That's pretty scary stuff. But I love America's Test Kitchen. The best cooking show on TV. And also I was watching Lidia's Italy, and she was cooking some baklava, which is like a salted cod you're supposed to put in water to reconstitute it, and she made it into a salad. Never had baklava before. I wonder if it'd be good. I don't know. And then she was making some with calamari. I don't know if I could eat squid. I really don't. Or octopus or squid, I don't think I could do it. I mean, I might have fried calamari. But it was a long time before I had like oysters or mussels, and I'd like... I don't know. I don't like the raw oysters. I've had the ones in the can and stuff like that, which are pretty good, but I don't know. I don't think I could do it. I've had mussels before. I've made mussels. I bought frozen mussels. I've made those just for myself. I don't think my dad wanted any. Not to my knowledge. He didn't have any. I can't remember. It's been a while since I made those. And that's it. And she said like when she was a baby, she grew up with calamari our life. They gave her calamari when she was teething as a child because of I don't know if that'd be healthy for a baby or not. I don't think it would be, But oh well, that was a long time ago. And she has a certain saying as she ends her show with, and I'm going to end my video with her saying, I hope I don't butcher it up. I'm like a quarter Italian. Hopefully I won't screw up the Italian that much. After that I'm going to say my legion, okay? Okay, here we go. It's the end of the video. I hope you all liked it. Talked about the 3 movies. I talked about America's Test Kitchen. I talked about Lidia's Italy. So, tutta l'Italia, a mangiare, my legion. Take care, everybody. Alright, what do you think of The Killing Jar? Did you like it?
Very good.
And did you like the Fatal Games with that javelin person?
No.
You didn't like that one? Alright. Okay.